Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Welcome to the daily quiz discussion for the 23rd of October 2022. Before we begin, a few important announcements. Tomorrow, that is the 24th of October, on the account of Diwali, we won't be having any daily videos. That is, we won't be having the comprehensive news analysis, daily quiz, as well as the big news videos for the day. Day after tomorrow, that is the 25th of October, since we won't be having any edition of the Hindu available, we won't be having the comprehensive news analysis. However, we will continue with the daily quiz as well as the big news videos for that day. Also note, BYJU'S Exam Prep is now on Telegram. Join the group now to get regular updates on our current affairs initiatives. You can join the group by either scanning the QR code given below or by clicking on the link given in the description box below. Beginning with the first question of the day. It reads, how many of the following pairs of Indus Valley Civilization sites and their most notable features are correctly matched? There are 4 such pairs given here. The first one being Lothal, the oldest man-made dockyard. The second one, Dholavira, water management system. The third one, Banavali, radial streets. And the fourth one, Kalibangan, evidence of plowing and discovery of wooden plows. Please have a look at the options given. Now, what is the context? This article from the Indian Express takes note of India's maritime history associated with the site of Lothal. Note, Lothal was one of the prominent cities of the ancient Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley Civilization, dating back to as far as 2600 BCE to 2000 BCE. Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had reviewed the progress being made in the National Maritime Heritage Complex being set up at Lothal in Gujarat. The dockyard found in Lothal dates back to over 4600 years ago, and it is one of the oldest man-made dockyards in the world. It is made of burnt bricks and has a warehouse located next to it. Also, Dholavira, which is found in Kutch district, lies on the Kadir Bait Island, surrounded by the salt waste of the Great Run of Kutch. This site of the Harappan civilization is unique because of the presence of a complete water system, including that of rainwater harvesting techniques and water conservation systems. Notably, Dholavira had an efficient water management system. With this understanding, let's come back to the question. From our discussion, it becomes clear that the first and second pair are correctly matched. Now, what about Banavali? Note, Banavali is best known as the only site of the Harappan civilization which has radial streets. Hence, the third pair is also correctly matched. Consider the fourth pair. Kalibangan, which is located in the present state of Rajasthan on the banks of river Gaggar, is known for the discovery of wooden plows as well as the evidence of furrowing and plowing in the site. Hence, the fourth pair is also correctly matched. Since the question asks for the correctly matched pairs, and since all the 4 pairs are correctly matched, the answer to this question would be D, all the 4 pairs. Moving on to the second question. The question reads, the newly discovered species Allmania multiflora of the genus Allmania is found in which of the following states? The 4 options are as follows. Option A, Kerala. Option B, Odisha. Option C, Assam. And option D, Madhya Pradesh. Now, what is the context? This article from today's The Hindu takes note of the discovery of a new species, Allmania multiflora, under the genus Allmania. This plant has been discovered in the state of Kerala in the hillocks of Palakkad region. The most notable aspect of this discovery is that this species is just the second species of this genus identified so far anywhere. The other species under the genus Allmania is Allmania nodiflora, which has been found in Sri Lanka back in the year 1753. Now let us understand a few salient aspects of this newly discovered species. This plant is found at heights ranging between 1000 to 1250 meters, and this is an annual herb. The name multiflora represents the high number of florets within an inflorescence. Given the limited distribution of this newly discovered species, researchers have assessed it as critically endangered, applying the IUCN Red List criteria. Also, given the threat posed to this limited population by human extraction as well as the mining in the granite hillocks of Palakkad, also make this species highly vulnerable to extinction. Coming back to the question, from our discussion, it becomes clear that the answer to this question is option A, Kerala. Moving on to the third question. The question reads, consider the following statements about eucalyptus trees. The three question statements are as follows. The tree is native to India. Statement 2. They are fast growing and have timber that can be used for pulpwood and essential oils production. Statement 3. The chief concerns with eucalyptus trees are that they are water guzzlers and are known for making soil acidic and showing allelopathic effects. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Please have a look at the options given. Now, what is the context? This article from the News in Frame section of the Hindu takes note of the cultivation of eucalyptus trees in the Nilgiris regions of South India. Though the cultivation of eucalyptus was once encouraged in the forests of Nilgiri for its use as pulpwood as well as essential oil production, this is no longer the case as the emphasis now is on native species of flora. Please note, eucalyptus is not native to the region nor is it native to India. Eucalyptus trees are native to Australia. Coming back to the question, from our discussion, we know that the tree is not native to India. This makes statement 1 wrong. So you can eliminate option A as well as option B. There are both advantages as well as disadvantages associated with the cultivation of eucalyptus. Now, what are the advantages of eucalyptus trees? Note, these are very fast growing trees. That is, their timber production is much higher compared to other trees. Also, this timber can be used for pulpwood as well as essential oil production. These are the major advantages of eucalyptus trees. Now, what are the disadvantages or concerns associated with eucalyptus trees? Eucalyptus trees are water guzzlers. That is, they need a lot of water for their growth. Also, given their deep root system, they are capable of extracting groundwater. This is leading to the depletion of groundwater levels in the regions where eucalyptus plantations are being set up. Also, given the presence of oil in the leaves as well as the bark of the tree, and given that these oils are powerful natural disinfectants, eucalyptus tree can make the soil acidic, and this can have allelopathic effects on the surrounding species of plants. Now, what do you mean by allelopathy? Allelopathy is defined as the effects, mainly inhibitory of a plant, on the development of neighboring plants through the release of secondary compounds. Hence, the third statement is also correct. Since the question asks for the correct statement, the answer to this question would be option C, 2 and 3 only. Moving on to the fourth question. The question reads, India's first solar powered village is located in which of the following states? The options are as follows. Option A, Tamil Nadu. Option B, Karnataka. Option C, Rajasthan. And option D, Gujarat. Now, what is the context? This article from today's The Indian Express takes note of Modhera, India's first solar powered village located in the Mehsana district of Gujarat. Modhera was declared India's first 24/7 solar powered village by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October the 9th. Notably, solar rooftops with 1 kilowatt capacity are being installed free of cost by the Gujarat government as part of a demonstration project at Modhera. Modhera is also known for its iconic sun temple built by the rulers of Chalukya dynasty. Coming back to the question, from our discussion, it becomes clear that the answer to this question is option D, Gujarat. Moving on to the fifth question. This is a question from the UPSC 2019 Prelims paper. The question reads, with reference to the British colonial rule in India, consider the following statements. There are three statements given here. The first one reads, Mahatma Gandhi was instrumental in the abolition of the system of indentured labor. Statement 2. In Lord Chelmsford's War Conference, Mahatma Gandhi did not support the resolution on recruiting Indians for World War. And the third statement reads, consequent upon the breaking of salt law by Indian people, the Indian National Congress was declared illegal by the colonial rulers. Which of the statements given above are correct? Please have a look at the statements given. Consider the first statement. This statement is correct. Now, what do you mean by indentured labor? It means contract labor or forced labor in one sense. Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role in the abolition of this system. Consider the second statement. Just before the beginning of the World War and during the course of the World War I, Lord Chelmsford organized for a war conference. And during this conference, he called on for the recruitment of Indians on the side of the British Army fighting in the World War. Notably, Mahatma Gandhi, in order to gain the trust of the British Empire, which would help India attain Swaraj, supported the resolution on recruiting Indians in the army, although he was against the World War. Hence, statement 2 is wrong. Since statement 2 is wrong, we can eliminate option A, option C, as well as option D. That leaves us with only option B. Let's have a look at statement 3. This statement is correct. Note, consequent upon the breaking of salt law, the salt law of 1882. The salt law was broken after the Dandi March undertaken by Gandhiji in the year 1930. When Gandhiji broke the salt law at Dandi on April 6, 1930, the British Empire took this up seriously and it declared the Indian National Congress illegal. Next, moving on to the fact of the day, riverbed mining. Now, what is the context? This article from today's The Indian Express takes note of the National Green Tribunal, that is the NGT, ordering the halting of mining operations at Shaliganga Nalla in Kashmir's Budgam district. This order overturns the environmental clearance given for the mining operations by the Jammu and Kashmir Environmental Impact Assessment Authority. In this context, let us understand what we mean by riverbed mining and what are the concerns associated with this. Riverbed mining mostly involves sand mining from the riverbeds. Notably, sand is not only used as a construction material, but it is also used in the extraction of important minerals such as zircon, which contain industrially useful elements such as titanium and zirconium. However, there are many ill effects associated with riverbed mining. Now, what are these? Let us understand them. The removal of sand from the riverbeds will impact the water percolation rate. This will adversely impact the groundwater level in the region. Also, the removal of sand from the riverbeds can enhance the rate of river erosion. This can lead to flooding in the region. Also, the disturbance of the sand layer can cause increase in the turbidity of the river water. This can become harmful to the flora and fauna which have established themselves in the river ecosystem. Hence, this can not only affect the fish population in the river system, but this can in turn also affect the economic and social condition of the local population which are dependent on these natural resources. Hence, there is the need to ensure a sustainable riverbed mining. This is all we have for today's discussion. Thank you for being with us.